Hey guys, Harrison101 back at it with a brand new video for you, and the third in my triple header. 3 videos in 3 days, once again. And here is the FIFA 13 demo. I hope you guys enjoy the Dortmund versus Arsenal game in the background when I talk about the demo and why I think it's so good. First of all, graphically the game looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of how the graphics look in this year's game. They're definitely an improvement on number 12. The player models, the pitch graphics, everything like that, they definitely look like they've been tweaked slightly and improved, which is always good. The presentation, I think, of the game, generally speaking, is a lot better this year as well. From a presentation standpoint, little things like the music playing into games now, and that's definitely an improved factor from number 12, where it's a bit more boring and you got the same things over and over again. It looks good. I mean, the menus are much smoother. Things like the player performance tables and things like that, they're really detailed and very nicely done. So, obviously, it's a bit hard to judge full presentation from a demo, but from what I've seen, it looks improved. What else have we got here? Yeah, skill games. Skill games look fantastic. They're highly addictive and very fun. I mean, for those who haven't seen FIFA 13 gameplay already, there's 8 skill game categories, and each category has 4 levels of difficulty: bronze, silver, gold, and then a skill challenge to rack up points. Now, these range from shooting to penalties, to crossing, to passing, etc, etc. It's just basically all elements used to try and make you a better FIFA player, because many of them involve manual controls down the line as well. So, obviously, to pass them, you'll have to get used to using manual controls. And I know there's a lot of people who swear by using manual controls as well, so that'll favour them, but just in general, you don't even need to use manual. It'll just make you a better player in general. And while there's only bronze difficulty challenges in the demo, they are very good, they're very well done, and they're highly addictive. I remember spending 15 minutes playing the high ball challenge, trying to get the ball into those buckets. So addictive, it really is. So you just have no idea how addictive they can be, and it's like, I just kept spending like 10 minutes just playing over and over again, trying to improve my score. It was ridiculous. It was just quite disturbing how much I was actually playing that. But in other news, Match Day. I'm liking the look of Match Day as well. It's basically Adidas Live Season, but tweaked and now free and not overpriced as hell. But basically, actual teams are based on their real life performance more than their overall ratings. I mean, every player's got a base set overall rating, yes, but depending on their current form and how their team's playing, their ratings will be adjusted accordingly. So, for example, if a team like Bayern Munich, for example, who's won every game so far this season in the league, they're going to have their ratings increased, and players who are standing out for them are going to have higher ratings. For example, Manchester City, for instance, in the demo, if you turn Match Day on, their attack overall is rated 87, and Carlos Tevez has been up to an 89, as has David Silva, because they played really well during that game. So individual and overall ratings are increased depending on the performances they've had during set games, which is an excellent feature. It really is, because that will definitely alter the way head-to-head online play is going to be used, where certain teams, when they get hot, they'll be used more than teams who are on downward trends. So that's going to be a very cool feature, and there's going to be games of the week as well, where individual games will certain games that stand out you can play and then replicate. A bit like NBA Today, you know what I mean? If anyone has played the NBA 2K games, you'll see what I mean from that standpoint, in the sense of you can play real life matchups, which is excellent. The main gameplay mechanics I want to talk about. Gameplay overall is fantastic. The game feels way more organic than what it has in FIFA 12. Build up to passing to sprinting. Just the whole game just feels way more organic and more like an actual game of football than what it did in FIFA 12, where it was kind of boring and players would drift out of position, and that was quite annoying. But FIFA 13 has tightened that all up. The gameplay feels way more natural. There's a lot more creative freedom when it comes to things like skill moves. passing, analog sprinting, and the way players make runs. General attacking intelligence in general has gone up. Defenses seem to be way more balanced. So there's definitely a difference now between how players defend. I mean, AI attacking intelligence has gone up for the AI, so the AIs are now attacking in a cleverer way than what they were in FIFA 12, which is excellent, because it means tactical defending doesn't seem so annoying. In FIFA 12, teams would pass the ball around so much that you would never be able to get the ball back, because the defending system in tactical defending it just didn't work, because the players just kept knocking it around the area so much. That just became very annoying. Even on amateur difficulty, teams were having 90% pass accuracy and 70% possession, which is just unfair. You know what I mean? So defense is definitely more balanced, and you can feel the difference between the guy with 80 defending and the guy with 85, for example. Mika Richards is an 80, Vincent Kompany is an 85, and you can definitely tell that Kompany's 85 is better. He tackles better. He's he feels faster. He'll be able to push people off the ball easier. You can just tell the difference, and attacking players don't have it all their own way this year, which is excellent. So defenses just seem a lot more balanced. First touch control is awesome. It's a bit like FIFA 05, where it was such a broken mechanic when they brought it in, where you could just burn defenders completely. It's not like that in FIFA 13, obviously, but first touch control can definitely make the difference between a bad touch and a loss of possession, or just a half chance, and a clear goal scoring opportunity and a goal. So first touch control is definitely awesome. It definitely makes the difference, and I'm really enjoying that aspect of the game as well. And pace threshold. And now I compare this more to Madden. I don't know if any people play Madden, but in Madden how there's a speed difference. You know what I mean, in the sense of how, for instance, that there's a difference between the faster players and the slower players. For example, Michael Vick was not that much faster than the average defensive lineman, if that makes any sense. It's the same thing in FIFA, where in FIFA 12 there was a clear difference between a guy with 70 pace and a guy with 90 pace. The difference was too much, where Walcott, for example, guys like Walcott, guys like Ashley Young, Javier Hernandez, Gabriel Bonlahor, for example, just had such a high amount of pace, where they would just burn people completely. This doesn't happen in FIFA 13 now. There's less of a difference, hence threshold, between a guy with 70 pace and a guy with 90 pace, because that was the big thing in FIFA 12. Ultimate Team was broken because of that last year. Guys like Bonlahor and Darren Bent and Daniel Sturridge and Javier Hernandez were getting picked over guys who were technically better strikers, like Wayne Rooney, like Fernando Torres, like Luis Suarez, because they were faster and being able to break defenders' lines with through balls became the trend. And defenders, for example, were being picked on their speed. Look at how broken and overpowered David Luiz was in last year's game, or in FIFA 12's game, where people were buying him over guys like John Terry and Rio Ferdinand, who were faster players, or slower players, I should say, sorry. David Luiz does not play in FIFA like he does in real life. He's not that dominant, he's not that fast. So why has he got 79 pace in FIFA and able to catch up to just about anybody who attacks? So that was just broken in last year's game, and luckily they've reduced that, so it's now more balanced and more fair. So faster defenders will still be able to make their mark, and they'll still be able to tell the difference, but slower ones won't get burned on pace either by faster players, which I'm very thankful for, because that was a gameplay mechanic that badly needed to be addressed. Just to talk about the game overall, from an overall standpoint as well, if you think... I actually was at the Eurogamer community party. I don't know how many of you guys follow FIFA Directors in general, but they were down in Guildford to test out the game at EA's UK headquarters, to test it out over a 2 or 3 day period. And all of a sudden, when I was down there playing Formula 1 2012 and playing FIFA, I saw, holy shit, those guys were all walking in, and it's like, I was lucky enough to be able to meet guys like Cal Freezy, Nepenfez, Wee Peeler, Air Japes. I met them all. They were all fantastic guys. So if any of you guys happen to be watching this, which you probably aren't, if I'm honest, Thank you very much for having such a, for me, being so kind and being so humble and just being fun loving and just being open to talk to fans and things like that, which is always fantastic. And they were all fantastic guys to be around. They were all great, all great fellas. I was even lucky enough to be able to play Japes and Carl Freezy at the FIFA 13 demo. I took Japes to penalties. He chose Man City. I chose Dortmund. We went to penalties, and Japes used his 1-1000, 2-1000 to beat me in a shootout. I think it was 5-3. I played Carl Freezy and actually beat Carl Freezy 1-0 with Robin van Persie playing for Arsenal still, which was quite lucky of me. But I beat Cal, which was quite a nice thing to do. Check Nepenthes' Twitter page. You'll see a picture of me actually playing him, which is actually quite fun, even though I look quite weird in that picture. But just thanks to all those guys for making such an awesome experience. I did really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys thought with the FIFA 13 demo. Did you enjoy it? Is there any things that you like about it, things you don't like about it? Please let me know. I'm really interested to know your thoughts. But until next time, I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, favourite, and subscribe if you liked what you had to see. And I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.
Well, he has a go. I thought that attack was actually going to lead to a chance, but maybe it's easier to see from up here than it was down on the pitch. Well, it's a massive margin of victory here. That victory confirmed by the final whistle. 4-0, the final score. This game, the fans of the winning team will remember because it's been a romp for them, hasn't it? But for the other side, they'll be shattered at such a big defeat.